Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary and I talk about faith, marriage and lifestyle. Thank you so much for joining and thank you so much for your love and support always. If you're new here, you're welcome and feel at home. In today's video, I'll be talking on the topic why they are not marriable. As a single person, you should know that not every kind of people you see around are marriable. Before you consider anyone for marriage, check his or her testimony of Christianity. Because a good marriage is largely dependent on whom you marry. And your spouse is a key success factor in your life. And that is why you must be deliberate when making this decision of who to marry. Therefore, don't joke with it. Don't just be in a hurry to get married. People may support your wedding, but after that one day thing, you will be left alone to face the music. So you must be wise on this decision. So the first kind of people that you should never marry is never marry a non-believer. As a single brother or a single sister, as a Christian, never enter into a marriage relationship with someone who is not born again. You cannot join yourself with a non-believer. And there is no relationship between light and darkness. And as a Christian, you are light. So you are not supposed, at any platform to join yourself to a non-believer. There are people you join yourself and that marks the beginning of trouble in your life. Just as an example, Solomon married Delilah. And Delilah was a non-believer. And when we see the end of Solomon was not good, the person who terminated his life was the wife that he married. So, because Delilah was an unbeliever and, instead of helping him, he terminated his life. So, the person may be beautiful, the person may be rich, the person may be handsome, but don't marry a non-believer. Even if you're in a relationship now or you are dating, you are courting someone who is a non-believer, it is better to end that relationship today, because you are empty, your future is not good. So don't marry a non-believer. Don't say that you'll change him. You cannot change any person. As a brother or as a sister, you cannot change anybody. It is only God that changes people. So let God change them first before you get married to them. I believe God will help you in that area. The second kind of people that you should never marry is never marry a new convert. It is not enough for you to marry a Christian. You should never marry a new convert. Someone that was just born, has given his or her life just 1 week ago, or 1 month ago, or 2 months ago. Let that person grow. That person is still a baby Christian. And marriage is just for matured people, not for babies. Just as an example, before God gave Adam Eve, Adam had walked with God for some time. So before you consider those kind of people for marriage, let them grow in the things of God first. They must prove their salvation. So don't just be in a hurry to marry because you have met a brother or a sister just 1 month ago has given his life to Christ. Others might give their life to Christ just because they see that you want someone who has given their life to Christ, but they are not serious with their Christianity. So please make sure that somebody grows in the things of God before considering them for marriage. I pray that God will help you making that decision. And the third kind of people that you should never marry is never marry a backslider. A backslider is someone, who was, once he was in the things of God, once he was serving God, he was reading the Bible, he was praying, but just along the way, he has stopped doing those things. He is a backslider, and God has told us, in his word, God has told us that the backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways. When you read in Proverbs 14:14. So don't marry someone that has turned back from the ways of God, someone that used to serve God, but now he doesn't. That person is not good for marriage. It is what is now. You must marry the person who, what is, that kind of person, the person, what, what he is now is what matters. As a child of God, is joyful to follow Jesus. So the person you must marry is the person who is following Jesus, not the person who used to follow Jesus. Please don't make that mistake to marry a backslider. The fourth thing is the fourth kind of people that you should never marry. Never marry a married man or a married woman. As a young single person, your destiny is too important to be number two. Just as as a single lady, you want to get married, and the man, you have found a man who is promising you marriage, and that man is married. Don't marry such a kind of person, or somebody is promising you marriage and that person is already married. Please don't marry that kind of person. Never be a reason to break anyone's marriage, because it doesn't matter how that man claims to love you. He cannot love you more than the wife he has left in the house. So don't marry a married man or a married woman. As a man, don't let no married woman just promise you things, give you gifts, pay your bills, promising you marriage, and you think that marriage will be good. No, don't marry a married man. As a single person, you are only permitted to marry someone who was married before, if his or her spouse is dead. So don't marry someone who is married and you know that their marriage is on, and you join yourself, you want to be number two, number three. Don't do that mistake. If you break someone's home, even you, one day someone will break your home or children's home, because whatever you sow is what you reap. So don't marry a married man or a married woman. I pray that God will deliver you from such people in Jesus' name. And the other kind of people that you should never marry is never marry a divorcee. As a young single person, your life is too new. You cannot join yourself to a person who is a divorcee, because many things are involved before a divorcee. Before a divorce. So I believe that let a divorcee marry another divorcee. Don't just, as a single young person, don't marry a divorcee. Don't enter into a mess that you don't know. Let a divorcee marry another divorcee. You are just a young guy. You are a young single person. There is a person for you. God created a person for you. He cannot be that person who is a divorced person. So don't be just in a hurry just to get married. Please wait for your time. And the other person that you should never marry is never marry someone who beats you. It doesn't matter, he's a Christian, he does all those things, he's not married, he's just but you are dating a person who beats you. If a person is beating you, or he is tormenting you, they are tormenting you emotionally or physically, that person is not good for marriage. If someone beats you in marriage, in relationship, now you are dating, it seems that when it comes to marriage, that person may kill you. So don't just enter into a marriage with a person who this person is not abusing you physically, the person is abusing you emotionally. Don't enter in a relationship or into a marriage relationship with someone who abuse you physically, he beats you, and you are still there. No, it is very wrong. So I pray that whatever God will give you grace, to choose the right kind of people for marriage. And you'll be patient enough to wait for your time. It doesn't matter the pressure from your parents, the pressure from friends. It doesn't matter how many people have gone ahead of you. Just wait for your time, because I know God has a plan for you. He knows you want to get married. He knows your desire is to get married. Just it's up to you, to be patient enough, because God satisfies according to his own time. God will not give you that husband, that wife according to what, because you are in a hurry. No, God will give you that spouse because it is his time for him to give you. So instead of you just be in a hurry to get married, prepare for the kind of marriage you want. You attract who you are. So if you must, the person you want. So work on yourself so that when that person comes, you will match well. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. I believe you have gotten something in this video. Kindly consider giving this video a thumbs up. And if you are new and you have not subscribed, kindly click on the red button below the video to subscribe, and also click on that bell beside there, so put it on so that every time I upload a new video, you'll be among those that will be notified. And if you have anything that you want me to know, kindly don't hesitate to comment in the comment box. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your support always. See you in my next video. Bye.